So today we are going to hash. So I'm quite excited to give this a go. And if anybody knows me, they know I'm quite lazy. And so I've bought a frozen chopped up peppers, frozen chopped up onions, jalapenos, chilies already chopped up. And because I'm very lazy, I already weighed out and measured cheese as well. Hi, only me again. It's me. I have got, I don't know if you can see that from here, my onions and peppers, and also my frying pans. So I'm going to get started, and I'm going to put all of my ingredients into the pan, and then we're going to see how it all turns out. So today I am going to start off my light spray. I really like the olive oil, extra virgin olive oil fry light spray, which on Slimming World is free on the plan. And all I'm going to do is spray my pan. And as you know, in Slimming World, you can spray as much as you like, as long as you're not filling up a chip pan. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pop the onions in, the chopped onions in. So I'm going to let my lovely assistant Leah Moore, she's going to pop them in for me. Alright, pop them all in. Yeah, whole bag. And then we're going to also put the peppers in as well, because we're going to get them nice.
All of them?
Yeah, pop all the peppers in. Because we need lots and lots of speed food, don't we guys? So I'm going to let that cook, and we'll come back in a wee second. Right. Now that our peppers and onions are, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a wee bit of fajita seasoning. I don't know if you can see that. And I'm just going to pop that into to spice it up. Because it's nothing better than a good southern meal if you don't put fajita in it. So next we have a potato, and to make actually get the potato and grate it. So I have peeled 3 potatoes just prior to it to make it easier, and all you're going to do is get this all grated up. Now we're all grated, quite wet, and you don't want it to be too moist. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a handful of the potato that's been shredded, and we're going to pop it into your kitchen roll. Once you've got it into your kitchen roll, fold it all up. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take it over here, and I'm just going to squeeze out all the liquid. And as you can see, there's quite a lot that comes out of that. So you need to squeeze that all off. And repeat with the rest of it until it's all done. And then your hash brown will go nice and crispy. So now that we've dried out all the potato, putting it into the frying pan, and now what we're going to do is we're going to crisp this hash brown up. And once it's crisped up, we are going to mix all the other ingredients, which I will show you in a wee minute. So while we're waiting on the hash brown, in the Slimming World sausages, which are here, and what I've done is I've defrosted them, and then I took them out of the skins and then just chopped it up into little pieces. Now what I'm going to be doing is cooking this off. This is going to be for like the sausage gravy that's going to go over the top with the hash. And it is a vegetable stock cube that I put into it just to make it a little bit more moist, just because I don't want it to dry out. And then we're going to add our flour and our milk, which is going to have the sin values in it, but I'll talk more about that in a minute as well. Okay, so got this rocking and rolling, it's all crisped up. We also have added the peppers and onions back and the jalapenos, and in a minute I'm just going to stir this all around, and then we're going to add the cheese. So that is crisping up. Add our lovely cheese. So I'm just going to take a handful of our healthy extra measured cheese, and I am going to sprinkle that all over, and then we're going to let that melt in and get all nice and creamy and cheesy. And I like a little bit of spicy cheese. as you might have seen whilst I was cooking it up, I thought, oh my goodness, that potato, and I did 3 potatoes, it just kind of shrunk up a wee bit. So in that pan, it started to look like there was nothing in it. So I have now changed over pans to a slightly smaller pan, so that when we go to do the egg part, it'll look much nicer, just if you're wondering. So just attempt to fold this gooey cheese in. And you're just going to turn this all in itself. So this is the part where they do the egg part. I told you to make a little well. I'm only going to do 2 eggs, I think. I think 3 might be a bit too much. So I'm going to do 2 eggs and get a little well. Pop that in there, and then what I'm going to do is crack my egg. And I'm just going to pop that into there. And then I'm just going to crack my next egg and crack it in. And they said to cover it. I don't have a cover, so I'm just going to use this plate. And I'm just going to turn it over and just put it over, and we're going to let that cook. We're now on to the sausage part, and this is with the stock cube. And then what we're going to do is measure in our flour. And that flour is going to be at the base of that. There is 9 sins of 50 grams of flour in there. I'm not going to use all of it just at the now. And I'm going to stir that around. We're going to let that bubble up. And then I'm going to add the healthy extra milk into this as well. If you're using the cheese, you can use your cheese as your healthy extra. Or you can sin value the milk, which I will measure out and tell you the sin value in a minute. So I've now measured out 250 mils of thins, and we're going to pour that in to our sausage mix. Now I'm not going to pour the whole lot in first of all. We're going to stir that around, and then we are going to see how thick it gets. Once it gets nice and thick, then if I want to add more, I will. So after covering up the eggs, and that is all cooked inside it, the sausage gravy is still cooking. So as soon as that is ready, we will put it together and we will show you the end. So it's now time to serve up. So we're going to get our hash brown with our lovely egg. Going to pop it onto the plate. Oh, that looks so good. Pop that onto the plate. You can add more later. And then we're going to take that lovely kind of sausage gravy, and we are just going to pour that over the top and make him our corned beef hash. So, that's us. Taste my white trash hash. Lovely. Really, really nice. Totally full of flavour. I am loving it. So, this week is really all about going on social media and thinking about anything you ever want to make and giving it a go. You see how quick that was. I did it whilst with the kids doing their homework in the background. So enjoy, have fun.